One second, please, because this is facing some audio problem. The audio is not connected. Yes. Okay. Was it? Yes, Mujamil, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Hi Ashok, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you. What about you?
I'm fine, thank you for asking that.
Yeah, okay. Yes, Mujamil, there is a kind of introductory and demo part. So just follow the session, and if you have any questions, please let me know at the end of the session. Okay. All right.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Right. So SAP stands for Systems, Applications and Products in Data Processing. That means, see, to process your business, we need one application software. So they made that abbreviation in that name only. So Systems, Applications and Products in Data Processing. So it is an ERP product. ERP means Enterprise Resource Planning. What does this mean is the ERP is a wonderful concept in the IT world. So following this ERP, not only SAP, so many softwares are developed their products. So nothing but this ERP is, say I'm not going in depth regarding ERP, planning the resources in an enterprise. Planning the resources in an enterprise. So to say it's a kind of methodology. See, for example, we are having like good resources, good manpower, good investment, good brand name. So we are not properly organizing all this with coordination, with integration. So your business may fail you. You may not get the results as you expected. So it's a kind of that system. It defines you how to follow that. So SAP also followed this ERP methodology. That's why you are saying that it's an ERP software. It was introduced in 1970s, around 1972 exactly to say. So based on ERP only. So initially they released the product on R2. R2 is real-time two-tier architecture. What is real-time two-tier architecture is, it's nothing but, see, two layers we will be having. See, earlier, before the all the new technologies, we have the client-server architecture. So only two layers we have, that we are saying the R2. And later on, because of some advantages with R2, later on, so they developed the one more layer, that is R3 layer, and all the, not only SAP, so many like ERP products based on this R3 layer only. So even SAP also following this R3 mechanism, that is three-tier architecture or R3 layer we can say. R stands for real-time architecture. Okay, real-time three-tier architecture. So and nowadays all SAP products are based on NetWeaver. See here, NetWeaver is just a new word to everybody. What is NetWeaver is, see, all SAP is developed with the ABAP programs. Alright, so if you know this thing, so I hope you may hear this ABAP word also. So ABAP program or ABAP language. This is SAP's own developed language like Java or C, C++. So all SAP is running through the ABAP only. See, with only normal ABAP, my SAP is working fine. But if I want to enhance my business, for example, ICICI Bank. So if they want to enhance their business, they need to give the online banking access to all the users, and also they enhance their business in terms of like getting the access to online. So to do that, only ABAP is not possible for us. That means through online, if I want to access ICICI Bank, like my account or my account details, or I want to do online transfers or online purchasing through using my net banking, only ABAP is not possible. So considering this, so ABAP is also not supporting this. So they adopted the Java as well to enhance this functionality. So Java can make good availability all these functions. So that is the reason they made the Java as the partner with this ABAP language. So by adding the Java to ABAP, they made it as NetWeaver layer. Simple, not confusing here. They adding the Java to that, okay, to ABAP. They made it as NetWeaver layer. So that means we are not the programming. We are not doing the decodings or program or like developments, that kind of thing. Just we are the administrators from the basis point of view for ABAP level and Java level. Okay. So now in this course we are going to discuss only about the ABAP, that is R3 ABAP we can say. So that is the core basis. After that, so later on, so you, based on the requirement, you can learn the NetWeaver part as well. That is web as Java, you can say web application server Java. So now we are learning the web application ABAP. Okay. So this is the core basis, without which NetWeaver is not useful for it. It's a kind of fundamental. Even the n number of versions are released by SAP, this basis layer is never changes. Okay, so anyway, I will tell you later. Right. So this is about the brief introduction about SAP. Who are using SAP nowadays? It is 70% of Fortune 100 companies are using now. So almost like more than this is last. These are the last year figures. So it is almost increased also, maybe 75 or around. So now 50% of Fortune 500 companies are using them. And as per one survey by the NASCOM, I hope everybody knows NASCOM. So it's an IT regulator in the world. If you want to start your IT business, you need to register our company at NASCOM. They had given a survey. This is not SAP survey or my survey or somebody else survey. So by 2007, SAP captured 12 to 14% of market. Okay, and that means 100 out of 100 companies, 14 companies implemented SAP using SAP. Now by 2011, that means last year, exactly 1 year back, the figures grown up to 40%. So nearly 40% of market is captured by SAP. That means, see, all other softwares are captured 60%, only single SAP is 40%. If it is like that, by 2020, how much we can expect? See, straight away NASCOM is saying that it is not even 60, 70, 80, 90. Simple, they are saying that by 2020, SAP is going to capture 100% of market. So that means no other competitor for SAP. So because of so many reasons, SAP is like that. Okay. So that is the scope of the SAP in the future. So we have so many advantages with the SAP software from the business functionality wise and from the user perspective and from the revenue perspective also. Okay, if it is like that, whatever the requirements we have now, for example, one basis consultant is needed now means, so in future coming 4 or 5 years, we need 7 to 8 basis consultants. So parallelly, requirements also will be growing high. Okay, so like that, so SAP has the good scope for the next 20 or 30 years, we can say. So just it was given by the NASCOM only, so just a small analysis. And we will see the why the SAP, where we will use the SAP. Before going to that, so we need to know about the client server architecture. Okay, that means what is client and what is server. That is two-tier architecture, R2 we can say. See here, here you are seeing as in the figure client and server. See what is client is, for example, you are using gmail.com. So you are logging to your computer saying that your laptop, I am logging through my desktop or my laptop, somebody logging through office system or somebody using browsing system. Like that, so different anyway from the different environment they are logging in to the system for accessing the emails. That is client. Nothing but from where they are accessing the service is called the client. Okay. So now as soon as you send the gmail.com from here, that means your laptop, maybe desktop or office system or browsing system, it is going through the network and hitting the server, that is Google server, nothing but the database, where your mail data is stored. It is hitting the server and fetching your data and giving you back as per your authorization. That means based on your user ID and the correct password given. So your mail data will be showing here. In this scenario, your laptop is the client and the server is the service provider to the client. So means your Google server or Google database or Gmail server we can say is the server. So in this layer, two layers, in this architecture we have two layers. One is client and the other is server. That is the reason we are saying R2 architecture. So, but this is the wonderful successful architecture in the world also. But we have some disadvantages here. So to betterly understand, I am giving a simple example. See, for example, server can handle only 100 users, let us say 100 user requests. But all of a sudden, the 1000 users came from, not 1200 users came from here. From client, I am logging through Gmail, you are logging through Gmail, somebody else is logging. Like that, 200 requests came. What will happen to this? No? Diti, can you guess? I hope you can answer this. Diti, can you follow me? Hello. Hi everybody, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, okay. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Right. See, all of a sudden, if the load increases on the server, what will happen? Can anybody answer? Obviously, it can handle only 100, but all of now
It will
200.
get hanged, I guess.
Yes, it may get hang, or it may respond slow, or it may not respond sometimes also. Right? Yes, exactly. Right. See here, as soon as you enter gmail.com, the next screen will open after maybe 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Usually I want the next screen within few seconds. But every time the load is increasing on the server side, okay, we can't access our requested area. So because of this performance problem, because it can handle only 100, but all of a sudden 200 users can. So if it is happening like this, every time to open the Gmail 3 minutes, to open the mail 3 minutes, to go back compose mail another 3 minutes. So if it is happening like this, can we use the Gmail or can we use the ssabank.com? No, never, right? So that is the reason. So there is no controller in between them to reduce the load on the server. In between, I need a separate mechanism such a way which will control your load on the server. At the same time, okay, the user response should be more also. That means I kept one wall here to control the load on the server. But I am keeping your request in the queue. I am not serving your request, means again the same problem, right? So your screen may open after few minutes, maybe 5 minutes, 6 minutes or 7 minutes or sometimes may not be also. But I need a mechanism so which will control the load on the server, and at the same time the user perspective, client perspective, I need the good response also. So to achieve this, okay, they introduced the one middle layer in between them. They made it as 3-tier architecture. Okay, see here that middle layer is the application layer. So now I am explaining about the terminology here. See, the presentation layer is nothing but the client here. In SAP, we are using the presentation layer as the client synonym. Okay, from where the users will send the request. Okay, from different channels. Okay, and here server is nothing but the database in your client server architecture. This is my client. This is my server. Database is our server. In between, we have the application layer. What it does is, it will accept the request from the users, from the client what we are receiving, and it will stop here first, and they are getting processed in a systematic manner, and they send to the database for the requested information, and fetches the data what you are requesting, and resend to the user, the response what you requested. So we have different kinds of mechanisms here. So to process your request, to control the request and all, we will discuss in the later classes. Okay, nothing but we are using the SAP in this application layer. So that means SAP does not contain any data. Data is containing obviously in the database one. So what the SAP will do is it takes your request, it processes with some different mechanisms with the components whatever we have in this application layer, and goes to the database and fetches your information and gives back to user. So as a basis consultant, we need to know about this layer, because if this layer is not good, that means if the basis will handle all this layer. So if the basis layer is not functioning well, entire your SAP project will fail. Why? Because we are the key resource here. On top of this layer, we have some, let us say, like different components and function modules. Let's say, so PICO, SDM, and they are working on top of this layer, and DCC, BW, CRM, SRM are working on top of this layer. If this layer is not working properly, the top layers will not function properly. That is the reason the first person who required in SAP is basis, the last person who leave the company is basis only. So we have that much importance in the SAP project. Without basis, I am sure we can bet you also, so no SAP project will not run. Okay, it's a kind of like hard to say, your SAP projects. So we are not the programmers, we are not the coders. So we are admining this layer. If the admin is not there, for example, simple example, system admin. See, your system admin, okay, system admin is nothing but you can say what you can say. See, on top of that, for example, take your computer, you install the OS Windows. On top of that, we are using maybe SAP, maybe like .NET, or maybe using any other product software. Okay, Cognos or anything. If the system admin is not there, will you use your product on that? No. So you need to restart the system, you need to log into the system, your system performance should be good, your accessing should be good, your password should not be unlocked. So if it is locked, there is some person that is system admin to unlock. So like that, this kind of support is not there from system admin. You won't access your product. Same way SAP basis also. Even though SAP product only you are accessing, your basis support is not good. You can't access your SAP application function on. So that is the reason we play a key role in this layer. Okay. So without this layer, the SAP business is nothing. So that is the reason. So we are the key point in this SAP projects. Okay. So this is about the three-tier architecture: presentation layer, application layer, and database layer. Anyway, so tomorrow also I will repeat the same thing, and we can start with the rest of topics after this again. Okay. So these are the three layers we are using in our architecture. That is why we are saying R3 architecture. Real-time three-tier architecture: presentation layer, application layer, and database layer. Mainly we are taking care of this application. Okay. So it's clear, or any questions on this?
It's clear.
It's clear? Okay, fine. So next I am moving to the next slide. So who are the best competitors for SAP? So we can say that these are the competitors for SAP. So SAP is the toppest ERP vendor, and the competitors are Oracle, PeopleSoft, or Microsoft Dynamics, Siebel, JD Edwards, like this. But the difference between top 1 and top 2 is not comparable. See, as I told you in the second slide, SAP is capturing 40% of market captured already. That is last year figures, exactly 1 year back. Remaining 60 is sharing by remaining these vendors. So you can imagine how top it is, SAP is. Okay. Alright. So we will see how the SAP components will be set, exactly where our role will be started. See, this green layer, what you are seeing is the basic layer. Okay. So basic layer of your SAP system. Okay. So here as I told you, it is developed with the ABAP language, web application server we can say, or web as ABAP we can say. Okay, so the all the components, the default product what you get through SAP is ECC, enterprise core components. Okay, nothing to confuse about these words, nothing to worry, just to remember the concept. Okay, see, these are developed using the ABAP programs only. As I told you, they made the Java adding to the ABAP, they made it as NetWeaver layer, but Java is not mandatory. So whether, okay, you can use Java or not Java, your choice, but ABAP is the compulsory product with the ECC. Let us assume that you have ABAP and Java, on top of that ECC is there. So this entire green box is the basic layer of your SAP system. Okay, so if this layer, this entire green layer means ECC and ABAP and all this are not working properly, okay, so the top layers, that is composite environment, these are the products like ECC, SAP products like ECC. So master MDM, PI or BW, okay, PA process integration, EP enterprise portal will not work properly. Okay, this is the base layer and important layer to ensure that the functionality of the above layer should be properly good. Okay, so to ensure that this layer should be good, even composition environment, MDM, VA, PA, EP, for all these also this layer is common. Okay, from performance point of view, basis only have to do. If the maintenance is there, basis only have to take care of all these layers. Okay, if any patches we need to apply, basis only will apply. Any printer issues, we only apply. Any memory problem, we only will check from basis side. Any system we need to install, we only need to install all these things. Okay, like that, without basis they can't work. Okay, so that is the reason this green layer is very important from basis point of view. Summing all these is NetWeaver layer to say. These are the NetWeaver components we can say, but these all EP, okay, and process integration, VA, MDM and CE are the new words to you, nothing to confuse here, later you will be familiar with this. So these are not mandatory. Based on your business requirement, we can use any of these products on top of this layer. Okay, if you want all, you can use, but if you don't want all, you may not, your choice. Okay, so this is the how the components will reside in your SAP system. And to make you like introduce, these are the modules available. Yes, any questions in this slide?
Hello.
Yes, any question?
Hello, Ashok.
Yes, please.
In this SAP ECC,
Yeah.
this is written in any language, like this is also written in ABAP?
Yes, every product is written in ABAP language. Backend is ABAP language, even for these also. Okay. So everything is accessed through ABAP programs in the backend.
So what actually means core components? And I mean, is there any specific things that only this many components are there?
No, that is the advantage with SAP. There is no specific thing. So come to me, tell me your requirement. Yes, I have the SAP product. Tell me your requirement. I have the product. SAP has 4,000 plus products based on your requirement.
Okay.
That is the reason SAP is spreading very much in the like IT market. So almost all is capturing all types of industries, not only like big industries, small industries, medium-sized industries, bigger industries. It's capturing almost all areas, all type of industries, and almost all sectors also. Like take automobile, okay, banking, or general administrative purpose. Like take any component, any sector, okay, all the sectors SAP has a product. Only the thing is you need to tell your requirement. That's it. Yes, I have the product. Now use it. So that is the advantage of the SAP. So that's what I am saying in the next slide. See, these many modules we have, and apart from this we have so many. So if you are relating with financial things, so FICO module is there. Sales and distribution is the material master, say MM, production planning, like this. We have HR related HR module. See, when pay slips are generating every monthly when you are working for a company. So it came through the HR module only. Your payslip generation, your salary will be adding to you, and you are getting the salary slip, everything through HR only. So based on your requirement, you can choose this code. But as I told you, these are not all mandatory. Maybe based on your requirement, you can choose one or two. But to work these two modules, let us say I was choosing the PICO and SD module for my business perspective. So to work this, we need the basis. If the basis is not good, on top of this PICO and SD will not work. Okay. In the same way, products, components we can say. So CRM, SRM, APO, PA, SCM, BPC, like ECC, these are all. See, if you want the online business, you need the CRM functionality. You need to install the CRM. Okay. If you want the data warehousing component, BA, business analysis purpose, BA is there, or BW we can say. And the process integration, data analysis. We are not data analysis, data processing here. So like that, based on your requirement, any of these products you can use in your business, but not mandatory that you should use all these products. Okay, right? But basis is supporting all these areas. Okay, and industry solution, industry specific requirements. For example, you go to bank, your terminology is account number, account holder name, deposit, withdrawn, available balance, like that. But if you go to insurance sector, their terminology is different. That is policy holder name. Okay, policy name, tenure, maturity, okay, all these benefits. Okay, if you go to somewhere cloth, ready-made cloth industry, they have the like, so pieces, item, that is in meters, length, okay, these measurements they use. So means, if you observe the specific industry, specific banking, all banking will use the same terminology. If you go to insurance sector, they will use the same terminology. If you go to oil and gas, especially Middle East, so they are the good partners in Middle East, SAP. Oil and gas, their terminology is different, their requirement is different. So to fulfill that, even my SAP product is good. On top of that, your template is not there. That is, banking template is not needed, and your security template, insurance template is needed. If you go to oil sector, their template is needed. I can't use my SAP. I can't train the new template. So that is the reason it's a cookbook type. So they were given the industry solution. So tell me your need. Yes, I have the industry solution. So tell me the sector. Yes, I can support your business. So these are all the sectors. Not only this, we have 25 plus sectors. Almost all the sectors is captured by SAP. Okay, so just for idea, nothing to remember anything here. So this is the big scope of SAP. Means how many industries, how many cross industries, what are the components, and what are the countries. Not only countries, so many languages, more than 90 plus languages were SAP. Yes, Chinese they never use English, Japanese they never use English. So yes, I have the product which will support your language. Yes, that is. I have the product which you require. Yes, we have that. Yes, this is my requirement. Yes, we have the product. So no need to bother about the products. SAP has n number of products. You can't believe 2016 or 17 requirements also already ready with the SAP. Means 2016 products, 2016 technologies also already developed by the product SAP. They tested it. They have to release in 2015 or 16 or 17 as an editor. See, mobile application, since last 2 years only we are hearing. Already SAP developed this mobile application 5 years back only. Okay, so that much advanced they are developing the product. That is the reason they are capturing almost all the market. And not only that, we have so many advantages with that. Okay, so many things are there when you want to core level of SAP. I don't want to share all. Okay, so like that, this is the big scope of SAP. Now we will see the now we will see the basis. Okay, so what is basis? See, by seeing this picture, you can come to know the importance of basis. Okay, see, without this basis layer, so on top of the customer programs or applications, all SAP products will not work. Okay, basis plays a key role here. So, okay, and if you move to next slide, see here, as I told you, PICO, SD, PP, all these products are developed with ABAP language. See, ABAP language is a one different code, like your Java or C, C++, ABAP also one kind of language. I'll give you a small example here. See, when you are sending gmail.com, what is happening in the behind? Did you know anybody? Because just I'll give you I'll take 2 minutes only here. You are sending gmail.com, that is in your English language. It is going to the database, that is Google server, and fetching your mail data. But in the background, your gmail.com English language, what you are typing and entering here, cannot be understood by Google server. That is database. Database has its own language, maybe binary language or low level language, or you can say SQL language, whatever. But how your mail data is fetching is, there is a interpreter between them, that is your client, that is from your system to Google server. In between, we need a translator. What it does is, it converts your request in the database understandable format. Okay, when you are sending any request, and it fetches your requested information from the database, that is from Google. But while coming back, okay, so while coming back, okay, again the response is coming in the database understandable format, that is database understandable language. But if that language, that mails, your mails are seeing in the codes, the binary code or any SQL code, will you understand again? No, you want again your mails in the English language only. So again the data what it is fetching from the database, it will reinterpret in your user understandable language. So that interpretation will be done by the basis only here. That means, so we are not decoding anything, but internally this layer will take care. See, any request is going using the above program language, but this program cannot be understandable by your database. So this basis layer will interpret all this your requesting information into the database in database language. Again, while coming back, reinterprets and gives to the user in your understandable format. So that is the very important role it's playing here. So from the basis point of view. So what is basis is, so it's a kind of operating system admin. SAP system admin is basis. Means we are not dealing with the programs or codes or development work. We are just administering the system. We are taking care of the system functionality. We are the issue solvers of the functionality. So if any problem comes, basis will take care most of the cases. Okay. So not only problems, we are implementing the SAP system. That means implementing means we are installing the SAP system. Okay. We are monitoring the system. We are taking care of all SAP system is working fine and up and running. We are taking care of performance of the system. We are configuring the printers. We are configuring the alerts. Okay. We are doing the transport mechanism. Okay. We are taking care of database part as well. Okay. We are creating the users. We are locking and unlocking users. If the new user is joined, we will create the user. We will control the access of the system. Okay. We will apply the patches. We will upgrade the system. All these are our roles. Admin point of view. It's a kind of system admin. SAP system admin is this to say. Okay. So it's just admin role to say. So what are our roles and responsibilities in which I use this? These are all, as I told you. So we are implementing the system. Implementing means, so for example, your ICICI Bank is using XYZ software. They want to move to SAP. So that is called implementing. Means we are installing the SAP, we are making ready the system and giving the system to the business. Means today onwards. So your SAP is supporting the everything. That is called the go live. That is a 3 to 6 months process, implementation process. Based on your experience, you will get chance to involve in this process. Once the go live is over, means today go live means today onwards your ICICI Bank is using your SAP software. That is called support process. Support is endless. Out of 100 basis consultant, 80 plus are working under support. Support is nothing but the basis only. Okay. All the course what you are going to cover here in terms of performance tuning, memory management, printers, users, background jobs, starting and stopping, applying patches, maintenance activities. Okay, so many things are there. We will going to discuss later. So these are all our basis activities. So apart from implementation, these are all our regular activities. So during this course, we are going to cover all these things. So apart from that, so what we are doing is not only basics, I am teaching you the implementation in depth, because with my knowledge, with my course content, whatever I am teaching, so I am giving the quality equal to 4 years of knowledge. That means 3 to 4 years, I can assure you. So with my course, you can say that, proudly say that I have the 3+ years of basis genuine experience. That much quality I can assure you. But only the thing is, you need to follow my code, you need to follow my activities, you need to do homework as I told after each and every class. You need to spend 2 to 3 hours per day minimum. Okay? Then only by the time completion of course, maybe course would go 40 or 45 hours maximum. But the time is based on all you, because if you are utilizing me more, as I am saying you are following, you are coming with the doubts, you are coming with the more things, more issues, then the course would go another 5 classes more also. I never see the course candidate. I see only the things what I am giving 100% giving or not, you are getting or not. That is only the thing I can do. But usually within 40-45 hours I can complete the course. So not only basis, we are giving the implementation as well, means including installations and all. I will show you the live installations also. Okay, and not only this, I am giving you the OS Unix knowledge. Why I am stressing Unix is here, as a real-time consultant, I know the market requirement. Windows admin is very simple. In Windows, opening file, closing file, deleting, removing, copy, paste, right click, all these are easy. But whereas if you come to work under Unix environments, you need to know about some commands and all. As a basis admin, we used to know and we used to work all these areas also. OS level also, some point of level. So that also I am giving you the knowledge. And also database Oracle. I am giving you the database Oracle knowledge in depth, because as a basis admin in the application layer, so okay, you are good. But if you are not good at database level, okay, you are not at all the good basis consultant. That is the reason I am giving you the entire database knowledge as well, because I am database Oracle DB certified as well. Okay, I will give you the from scratch of the database, because no DB knowledge, no basis. I know that. That is the reason I am sharing you all this. So all these are in one package, 40 to 45 hours, and most of the materials I will give you almost 800 MB material I will share to you, including certification books and all. So even I am teaching the certification knowledge only, because I am going to give all the like Siemens and all kind of like the certification courses also. So same course I am covering to them within 23 days. Okay, but daily 8 hours, 23 days. So of course included NetViewer also, but in this course NetViewer is not and NetViewer is separate course. It is also around 25 to 30 hours course after the basis course. That is based on all your interests. Okay, but primary is this basis. That is WebAS ABAP R3 we can say also. Nothing but basis. So from ABAP point of view, what are the basis activities? How to ensure that all the performance, administering the system, what are the issues we will be facing generally. So each and every topic we will cover everything. And you can get support from us anytime, not only during the course, after the course also. This is the advantage with us. Okay, so don't think that Ashok will, okay, by 40th day or 50th day he can complete the course. So after that we can't talk to him. Nothing like that. You can drop me an email. So if it is in our time zone, my time zone, it is convenient time, morning 6 to night 10 p.m. or max 10:30 p.m. You can call me also for any issues when you are preparing, when you are attending meetings, you are getting new doors, or when you are working also, you can advise me. You can drop me. If it is critical issue, you can call me also. For normal support, I can assist in that way also. That is the, those are the things we are providing on all these things. So that's it from my side all. So these are the things I am going to cover during the class. Tomorrow onwards, so the topics are going to start. Okay, and after 4 or 5 days, the lab part will start. Lab in this practical part. Before that, I need to share some knowledge based on the terminology, based on the some few introductory things. So later on, by next weekend probably I'll show the installations also, taking by long sessions. So and I forgot to tell you, every day session is 1 to 1.5 hour max based on the topic. Okay, and during weekends, if you have time, all you have time, we can spend little more time, another half an hour more like that. So, and also based on topic, I will intimate you to spend lot of time based on some classes, because implementation would go 2.5 3 hours class. So if we all are agreed during weekend, then I can start the implementation class. So I will show you the what are the implementation phases, each and every phase what the basis will do. If we are recruited in implementation project, we can successfully run the project also, and how to install the SAP system, what are the prerequisites we need to take in, how to start the installation, how to check the installations and all. Okay, these are the things I am going to cover. Okay. So any questions, please? That's it from my side. I want